Hello, hope you're doing well, and welcome to my SMITE 2 Nemesis guide. Nemesis, the goddess of divine retribution, is a physical melee god known for her incredible ability to punish enemies with high protections while maintaining strong sustained and mobility. Today, I'll be walking you through everything you need to know to master this versatile and impactful god. Nemesis excels at isolating key targets, stripping their protections and turning their strengths against them. With a flexible kit that offers both offensive and defensive capabilities, she's a great pick for players who enjoy a methodical playstyle that rewards precision and timing. In this guide, I'll teach you how to play Nemesis effectively, covering her abilities, combos, roles, and finally builds. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on any future SMITE 2 guides, as I'll be covering all of the gods in the game. Also, check out the Discord server if you have any questions or want to join a friendly, toxic-free SMITE community. Now, let's dive into Nemesis's abilities. Nemesis's passive is Scales of Fate, which is key to her success in prolonged engagements. With every basic attack Nemesis lands, she reduces the target's in-hand power, strength, and intelligence while increasing her own. This effect can stack up to 3 times and last for a short duration. Essentially, Scales of Fate weakens enemies while empowering Nemesis, making her stronger as the fight progresses. Properly maintaining these stacks can turn the tide of a battle in your favor. Her first ability, Swift Vengeance, is a double dash that deals physical damage to all enemies in her path. After her first dash, Nemesis can dash again within a short window, allowing her to reposition or chase enemies effectively. What makes Swift Vengeance even more versatile is the ability to weave basic attacks or use abilities between dashes. This skill is excellent for closing gaps, escaping danger, or repositioning in fights. Slice and Dice, Nemesis' second ability, is a cone-shaped attack that deals physical damage to enemies hit. Enemies at the center of the cone take additional damage and are slowed for a short duration. This ability is perfect for burst damage, clearing waves, and disrupting enemy movement. The added slow in the center makes it ideal for controlling key targets or setting up for kills. Her third ability, Retribution, is a defensive tool that provides a health shield based on Nemesis' max health. While active, the shield reflects a percentage of the damage taken back at the attacker as physical damage. Additionally, Nemesis heals for a portion of the damage the shield absorbs. However, keep in mind that hard crowd control effects will remove the shield completely. Retribution is invaluable for turning engagements in your favor for surviving focused attacks. And finally, Nemesis' ultimate, Divine Judgment, is their signature ability and one of the most impactful tools in SMITE 2. This ability targets a single enemy god, dealing damage based on their current health and reducing their protections and movement speed. At the same time, Nemesis gains a percentage of their protections and movement speed, making her stronger and faster. Divine Judgment is the ultimate dueling tool, excelling at isolating and eliminating priority targets like tanks or carries. Using it in combination with your other abilities can completely swing a fight in your favor. Now that we've covered Nemesis' abilities, let's discuss her combos. Note that Nemesis' basic attacks should always be woven between abilities whenever possible, as they contribute significantly to her damage output. Whether you're looking for burst damage or prolonged trades, timing auto attacks before, between, and after each ability is essential. Furthermore, certain combos include mechanics like auto attack animation cancelling, which can directly increase your burst potential. Let's dive into her key combos, each tailored to different scenarios. The first combo is an auto attack into Retribution, her third ability, followed up by an auto attack. This is a quick and powerful combo for trades when you're looking to maximize burst damage and close range engagement. By activating Retribution right after an auto attack, you can use an auto attack animation cancel to immediately follow up with another auto attack, allowing you to apply 2 auto attacks in rapid succession. This unexpected burst can catch enemies off guard and is especially effective for dueling. Now for the remaining 2 combos that I will cover for Nemesis, they are very similar, and each part of this combo could be used on its own and only combine and add abilities and sections when needed. For the second combo, this is going to be your bread and butter combo for bursting down a target when your ultimate is either not available or you want to save your ultimate for whatever reason. Start by dashing with Swift Vengeance to close the gap if necessary, and weave in a basic attack immediately after, following up with Slice and Dice, ensuring you aim for the center of the cone to deal extra damage and apply a slow. Weave another auto attack, then activate Retribution to mitigate damage and heal yourself, but more specifically, follow it up with an auto attack for the prior mentioned twice now auto attack cancel. Finally, use your second Swift Vengeance dash to either chase down a retreating target or reposition safely. As for her third combo, this will build on the second combo but includes Nemesis's ultimate Divine Judgment at the start. Use it to slow your target, reduce their protections, and gain increased movement speed and protections for yourself. After applying the ultimate debuffs, follow the same subsequence as the previous combo. Swift Vengeance, if closing the gap is necessary, auto attack, slice and dice auto attack retribution with animation cancel for burst damage, and a second dash to finish off the enemy or reposition. This is Nemesis's most powerful combo as it fully utilizes her ability to isolate and eliminate high priority targets. Nemesis's combos are highly adaptable based on the situation. You can omit or add specific abilities as needed depending on your positioning, cooldowns, or the state of the fight. For example, if you're already close to an enemy, you may not need to use Swift Vengeance to engage, preserving it for an escape or chase later in the fight. Alternatively, if you don't need the shield from retribution or the extra burst damage from the auto attack cancel, you can save it to counter incoming damage later on. Always prioritize auto attacks throughout your engagement to maximize damage output and leverage your passive Scales of Fate to weaken your target while empowering yourself. Mastering these combos will allow you to adapt to any fight and maximize Nemesis's potential in a wide variety of scenarios. Now you know what Nemesis's abilities do and how to use them properly. Let's talk about where you'll be playing Nemesis. Nemesis is primarily played as a jungle god due to her high mobility, strong single target damage, and ability to shred protections. Her kit allows her to quickly clear camps and gank effectively, making her a dominant presence in the jungle. However, Nemesis can also perform well in the solo lane. Her sustain from retribution and ability to trade effectively with Scales of Fate allow her to stand her ground against many matchups. That said, Nemesis may struggle against traditional solo laners in a late game due to their superior tankiness and crowd control. In non-traditional roles like ADC support and mid, Nemesis is less effective. Her reliance on melee combat and lack of ranged poke put her at a disadvantage in these roles. Stick to jungle or solo lane to make the most of her kit. And now for your guys' favorite section, the build section. I can't give you an exact build for Nemesis as items in SMITE 2 often go through changes, but I can tell you which stat to focus on and suggest some core items based on the role you're playing. In jungle, Nemesis can build for either an ability-based playstyle or an auto-attack focused approach, depending on your preferences and the needs of your team. For an ability-based build, prioritize strength, cooldown reduction, and penetration to maximize her burst potential. Items like the Crusher, Hydra's Lament, and Serrated Edge are excellent for increasing your raw power and overall damage output. Cooldown reduction is another key stat, ensuring Nemesis can use her abilities frequently during fights. Consider items such as Tekokage, the Crusher, and Jotun's Vigor to keep your abilities on a short cooldown. Lastly, for penetration, Oathsworn Spear, Heartseeker, and Titan's Bane are all great options for shredding through enemies' protections. For an auto-attack focused build, focus on strength attack speed to increase your sustained damage over time. For items such as Golden Blade and Hydra's Lament, alongside Serrated Edge are highly recommended as they help improve jungle clear and enhance overall damage output. Additional strength and attack speed items like Dagger of Frenzy, Bloodforge, and Braggy's Harp are great choices for increasing Nemesis's dueling potential. When focusing on an auto-attack build, you can either prioritize penetration or critical strike chance, but not both. For penetration, the Executioner and Kin's Blade are your best options. If you're going for critical strike chance, Demon Blade and Musashi's Dual Swords will provide excellent value. Remember, trying to mix both penetration and critical strike chance in the same build will often lead to suboptimal damage, so choose one path and stick with it. As for solo lane, Nemesis benefits from hybrid build that balances strength and protections while providing lane clear and aggression. Core items like Golden Blade and Berserker Shield are excellent for improving your wave clear and sustain in the early game. After securing your choice, focus on hybrid items that provide both strength and protections. Shifter Shield and Void Shield are great options for offering durability while increasing your damage output, while Pharaoh's Curse can also be a strong choice as it provides strength, protections, and attack speed to round out your build. If you find yourself in need of additional protection, Shogun's Kursari and Pharaoh's Curse, like I mentioned earlier, offer attack speed alongside defensive stats, while Oni Hunter's Guard provides unparalleled tankiness to help you survive in extended team fights. As always, these item recommendations are meant to provide you with a starting point and guide for your decisions. Be prepared to adapt your build to the situation, taking into account the enemy team composition and the state of the game. Prioritize the stats you need, whether it's strength, cooldown reduction, attack speed, or protections, and adjust your item choices accordingly to maximize Nemesis's effectiveness. Nemesis's effectiveness. That's pretty hard to say, you guys should try it. Now we've reached the end of the Nemesis guide. I hope you learned something, but here are some additional tips to help you dominate with Nemesis. Maintain Scales of Fate stacks. Use basic attacks frequently to maximize your damage and minimize the target's power. Secondly, weave abilities and basics. I cannot mention this enough. Nemesis thrives on basic attack weaving. Avoid spamming abilities without landing basic attacks in between, as a lot of the times these extra basic attacks will be just the amount of damage that you need to kill an opponent, as opposed to watching them walk away. Use Retribution wisely. Save it for when you're taking focus damage. Be mindful of hard crowd control that can break the shield. And finally, target high protection enemies with Divine Judgment. Divine Judgment is incredibly effective against tanks or gods with high protections, turning their strength into your advantage. And that's it for my Nemesis guide. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more SMITE 2 content. Don't forget to join my Discord for tips, questions, or just hanging out with other SMITE players. And all of my socials are down in the description, to include my Twitch. I do stream live, so if you want to watch some live gameplay and ask questions directly, go ahead and click that link as well. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. And as always, I'll see you in the very next one. Love you. Bye.